Is anybody watching this from AX or whatever? Is it still going on? Or is it over? I don't know. It ended? Oh. Did anybody go to AX? Wait. I thought today was... Oh, today's Monday? What the heck? I thought it was Sunday. In 2008? What the hell? Lucky? One sec, I gotta blow my nose. Drinking my drink. Hello. I hope you're having a nice night. Where am I? There I am. Yeah. I've been looking at stuff from AX. Cause, I went one time. And I thought it was okay. I liked, there were some parts of AX that I liked. And that was the fashion. But other than that, it doesn't feel like an anime convention. It feels like a gacha convention. That's the one way I'll put it. Like, it was just all gacha. That's it. It there wasn't really like anime stuff. It was kind of, it kind of bothered me because I don't know, maybe I'm weird for this, but gacha fans don't feel like anime fans, right? Gacha fans feel like just gacha fans. Like, I feel like they could, like, you know, do without even the anime part. I feel like they just like the gacha. So, it felt very weird. And people were very, like, mean when I went. And kind of, like, standoffish a little bit. I remember when I went to AX, I don't know if it's just Californians or whatever, but I was trying to compliment people and they would just look at me like I had like fucking 5 heads. And I was like, oh, your cosplay is so cool, you know. Oh, are you like this person? Or like, oh, that's that person. And then they would like look at me like I had 5 heads. And I'm like, you dressed up, you know. What? So that's what I felt. People were stealing from Artist Alley. So this year, it looked like hell. Like it looked like the end of some things that, you know, like some things that people used to do, like the mahjong or whatever. And it kind of sucks because you look at old anime conventions and it people had a lot more passion, you know. But I think the issue is that AX is so big, right? So if you go to a small time convention or a smaller one, it's probably pretty good, you know? Yeah. So that's probably not bad. So I think that's just the issue. I don't think all anime conventions are like shitty and bad. I think it's just, you know, the biggest one, basically. And thank you for the sub, thank you. I wonder if Offkai is gonna be different this year, or any worse, or bad, or anything. I don't see myself kind of going to like super big conventions or Offkai or anything. I was asked by like multiple people if I was going to AX or Offkai, And even if I was going to AX, I wouldn't be able to. So I think that's the funny part. It's like, are you here? No, it's just not possible for me to be there no matter what. No matter what. I'm kind of in stitches right now. I would never drink anybody's foot alcohol. Ironically, despite me seeming like such a dirty whore or anything, I think most people's bodies are absolutely disgusting and filthy. And I don't trust random people to be as cleanly as they could be. And I don't trust people to not have weird diseases and issues and things that I don't know about and they probably don't know about. And it doesn't matter how good they, I would never share a drink with a random person. Like, if you're gonna drink their foot juice, share a drink with them as well. Like, you can't choose one and not the other. I don't trust any of them. I think they're disgusting. 3 people got a lung infection from the foot juice. They could get like what is it that hand to mouth or whatever. Yeah, I don't trust anybody. They're probably nasty and disgusting. No, the foot juice, it's like funny the first time, but yeah, I don't know. Nasty shit. And thank you for the sub. Thank you. I don't trust anyone. I don't trust any of them. No fucking way. No fucking way. I don't trust them. I do think it, so I saw a lot of the, like, what the hell is that game called? Love in Deep Space. I saw the cosplayers, and they were really good. Matthew dead? No, you're not dead. You just subbed. Thank you for the sub. I thought they did a really good job with that, and I was shocked at how, like, I saw some of the clips of, like, how close they got with the random girls, and they were, like, hugging them and, like, rubbing down their back and stuff, and I was like, holy shit, is this, like, allowed? Is that allowed? That was crazy. I also saw a lot of people saying, like, yo, the women in the Love and Deep Space thing, they're fat, they're ugly. I don't think I saw one ugly girl in that line. So, I don't know. Beats me. I don't think there was a single ugly girl. I looked at a lot of it, and I was shocked. I was really shocked. So, I don't know. I think that was, like, the most otaku-esque stuff that I've seen in a hot minute. Like, that felt very, like, almost like in a manga. You know, like a type of, like, handshake event thing. Crazy. That was nuts. I'd take a bullet for the bigger girl on the far left of that line. Which, that's very specific, and I don't know the exact picture or video, okay? But I thought that was awesome. I thought they did a really good job keeping to their character too, and doing well with that. Like, I don't, honestly, like, alright, maybe I'll sound bad for this, but, like, none of them, like, appealed to me at all or anything like that. But I think they did a good job. They were paid cosplayers, so they're, like, meant to be that good. I think they're, like, straight up from China. Like, they do, like, Chinese events and stuff, but they did a really good job with that, and I respect that. Yeah, I respect a good cosplay that's in character. I respect that. Would I pay a Menace cosplayer to ASMR you? I've always wished that I could do something like my own booth, where I at least have I wanna set up a booth that's like a confession booth almost, but it's just ASMR. So you can't really see me on the other side, but you can put your ear up to it. And yeah, that would be nice. That's what I would do. But there's a lot of people that want to kill me or wish I was dead, so I would actually have to pay for some bodyguards. Or I would just bring a gun, but I don't think I'm allowed to bring a gun. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I would not lick a random person's ear no matter what. I'm very easily disgusted by people. I mean, ironically, for like everything I like, I am easily disgusted by other people, and I feel kind of like grossed out and stuff. I don't know. What if they're a pretty lady? Hell no, still no. Most people don't clean their ears. Hell no. Hell no. Still no. Not that. No. I don't trust it. No, I wouldn't hire a stand-in. I would do it myself. I would definitely do it myself. And I would love to do that sort of thing. So I'm mostly disgusted by people when it comes to that sort of thing, but I'm not like, it takes a lot to like make me feel like cringed out or whatever. Because I was very into the Smash Brothers Melee scene, so there's not much that you can do that would make me feel like weirded out. You know, there's really not that much. I'm serious about that. I used to like fighting games a lot, so really, you know, yeah. It takes a bit. I've been desensitized. Yep. But besides that, like, no, I would love to like have my own hands out or something and just wear like gloves or something like that. I don't know. I don't mind that sort of thing. I wish I could do it, but it's just not very safe for me. I mean, I don't know how many people would actually consider trying to injure me or harm me, but I feel like if I announced I was going somewhere, a lot more people would go to like actually hurt me. So I don't know. I could get a shark cage. I should just probably hire some like big ad bodyguards or something. Something like that. Yeah. I don't trust con security either, especially with that Emiru thing. I don't know, but that would be nice. I would definitely do something like that. Pretty normal stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I remember a long time ago, somebody told me that if they ever find me, they're absolutely going to kill me, or do everything they can to kill me. So I don't trust con security where there's, you know, this is a random person that's been saying this to me for almost, what, 4 years now? So yeah, I don't trust that. But I wish I could. I would love to do like a cafe event or something. I wish I could. My dream would be to do one of those maid cafe events, and you know, be like a random maid there, something like that. Yeah. But I saw. And thank you for the sub. Hello. I saw this girl like did this maid cafe thing, and there was a bunch of people like making fun of how all of the maids looked and like calling them ugly and stuff. That makes me really sad. I feel like I'm not pretty enough to exist in the real world sometimes anymore, because I feel like even if I'm quite pretty, I'm not pretty enough to be good enough for other people to see me. So I don't know. It's kind of difficult. It's difficult to exist as a person sometimes now. I don't know. It makes me feel bad because that's how people used to like. I feel like that's how people used to talk in school. And thank you for the sub, Vofex. Thank you. Like apparently a bunch of people did like a smash or pass to all the maids, and they were like making fun of how ugly all of them are and saying that. But it kind of just reminds me of like how boys used to treat me in school and like be mean to me and stuff like that. And I don't know, I thought people would move past that, but it's sad. It's sad. And it's sad to kind of exist as like a person to be seen when people are so cruel and so mean like that, you know. So I don't know, that's how I feel about it. It made me feel really bad reading that, because I've had people tell me that like how ugly I am and stuff like that, and things of that nature. But people are just very cruel and very mean. I don't know. People are a lot more cruel nowadays, especially like a lot of the, I don't know, just looking at a lot of the AX stuff. I feel like people aren't kind about otaku being otaku anymore. I don't know if this sounds mean, but like, obviously, hygiene should be a thing. But I mean, you have to understand that otaku are sometimes, I hate to put it this way, and I'm gonna be completely honest, and I have nothing wrong with it, they're fat, ugly, unkempt neats. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because anime is about escapism. And I feel like people are so judgmental, like, I don't want to be in the same vicinity as them. But it's like, those are the people that like it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a form of escapism. Like, it's, you know, these people are going there because they love these things so much. So it's like, I feel bad that people are like kind of judging that when it's like, we kind of been new. And like, oh, these people are acting so weird and autistic. And it's like, well, yeah, like some of them are. And like, me included. It's, you know, that's part of it. So it makes me feel sad that it's like, people are trying to push them away and like making fun of them when it's like, let people exist and enjoy what they like without, you know, without their face and everything being seen, if that makes sense. Like being the main part of it. They're not going there to be judged on how attractive they are. They're going there to enjoy what they enjoy. So I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of like, no offense to this, but like a lot of female cosplayers now are like very rude and mean about the people that enjoy their cosplays, you know? It's like, they kind of dress like a hoe, and then it's like, I don't like this person staring at me, and it's like, well, then don't dress like that, or don't dress up as that character, and I don't know, beats me, man. I'll never understand that, because like, you can just not cosplay, and there's that, but I don't know. I think it's absolutely fine if a lot of the people that enjoy it are the way they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. They just like what they like. They like anime, you know? So, I don't know. That's what I've been feeling upset about, I guess, because I miss when you would look at old cosplays and stuff, and they were these people that like sewed it together and like put it together, and the wig was kind of fucked up, and you know, like the person doing it just kind of like did it out of passion, and I don't know, I miss that type of anime convention. You know, it doesn't have to look the best, it's just about how much fun you're having. Yeah. And that's what I've been thinking. I miss the stupid yaoi paddles and stuff like that. I guess one could say the foot juice is similar to like the yaoi paddle, but yaoi paddle at least had to do with like the anime otaku culture and stuff like that. Like it's you know, the idea behind it is this, that, but I don't know. That's the only thing that's been making me feel like sad. Because I wish I went to anime conventions so long ago. When I used to watch videos on YouTube about people going to these conventions and like, you know, putting together their cosplay, and like you used to have to make it because you couldn't just buy it, you know? Because they didn't sell cosplay, so you had to like put it together, or like put a shirt together and put this, that, the third together. And I miss that. So, yeah. I hope VTuber conventions feel a little bit close to that, you know? Something like that. Those were the good old days. The good old days. But that's how I felt looking at it, because I'm just an outsider looking in at the AX because I'm jealous. And I wish I could go in a way, but at the same time I don't want to. There's this company that asked me if I was going because they were going to like use me to like advertise some stuff, and I was like, no, no, I'm in the hospital. Sorry. They're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry. No, it wasn't a soap company, but I wasn't going anyway. But I'm like, no, I kind of almost died. And I you know, I didn't want to go anyway. But yeah, there's so many people that ask me if I'm going to Offkai too, like other VTuber girls. And I wish I could in a way, and I wish I did, but I also don't want to, because I don't want anybody to see me or recognize me or anything like that. I would have to, no, I'm very easily recognized. It's bad. I feel like I'm very easily recognizable. But I have so many friends that are going, and I'm so jealous because I want to hang out with them. I want to hang out with them. So, yeah. But they're going to see me at my meet and greets. So, that'll be fun. I will be easily recognizable because I am a white woman. I could go as a ghost. No. No. I'd have to be careful if the hood is too pointy. Then they'd kick me out. They'd kick me out and they'd yell at me. And they'd get the police involved. They'd say no. Too much. Short white woman. Mask and sunglasses never fail. That's so obvious. I've had some people say, yeah, I could tell when a VTuber is there because they always wear a face mask. That's what I've seen everybody say, like, yeah, they're a woman and they're wearing a face mask. And I remember when I was working for a company, I walked up to one of like the managers there, and she worked on the 3D, and I walked up to her and she was like a little bit drunk, and she was like, I can tell who's a VTuber and who's not. And I was like, really? I was like, do I look like a VTuber? She was like, yes. She was like, yes, immediately. And I was like, why? What the hell? And she's like, because you dress like an anime character. I was like, what the fuck? It's not no. It's not funny. And she was like, I could tell immediately. I could tell you from a mile away. Fuck you. Fuck you. I won't tell you what I was wearing. I just dress a little silly. I dress kind of silly. I dress like a weeb. I do. But I thought that was very fun. She was very nice. I liked that manager. She was nice. She was very nice and very cool. I was wearing big leg warmers and kind of like I don't remember exactly, but they were big leg warmers. That's all I remember. Yes, everybody dressed up in my clothes. I let everybody borrow clothes because I packed extra clothes just in case, because I wanted to make sure, like, you know, people are like, oh, I don't know what to wear, or I don't have this or something, like, you can wear that, go ahead, it's stretchy, you know. I packed extra like big or stretchy stuff, some smaller stuff too, just in case, because I wanted to make sure everybody had everything. Same with makeup. I packed some extra makeup too, just in case. And some perfume and stuff, just in case. Yeah. Because I always want to make sure everybody has, like, if they don't have it, I have it. That's what I try to do. I remember my friend, she got into a little accident, and her luggage, I think, was missing, so she got to wear all of my clothes, and I was so thankful that I packed all of that stuff, because she wouldn't have had anything to wear otherwise. So, yeah, I was pretty happy about that. I think my shoes were a little bit too small, though, or something, so. But I always try to pack extra. I think anywhere you go, it's better to have extra. It's always better to have extra. Or be prepared to buy extra. Yeah. I remember, like in school, I didn't have a hair tie, and I remember there was this one girl, and she opened her bag, and she had like a brush, she had like a straightener, everything, and she did my hair a little bit. And after that, I was like, I want to be like that. I want to have everything. I want to be able to like have everything for everybody. And ever since then, I always try to pack a little bit more. Yeah, she was very cool. I am a bit of the mom friend, I guess. I think that's the best thing to be, you know? I think I like when people rely on me, you know? It feels good. Do you prefer relying on somebody or having people rely on you? What do you think? Because I kind of like having people rely on me. It feels nice because I like to take the stuff away from them, you know? So I have ramen. I like having people rely on me. I do feel bad about relying on others too. You have a bit of a savior complex? I do too, for real. For really bad. But you being knew that. You being knew that. Let me turn this down a little bit. You being knew. But I saw at AX that they had a brown dust section, and in order to use like a massage chair, you have to show your level or something, and I thought that was so funny and that was so smart. That was awesome. It makes me want to get into brown dust. Brown dust has really good like scenes from what I've seen. I like that they don't beat around the bush, they just show it straight up. That kind of reminds me, I've been watching anime all day today for the most part, in like these past days, and there's a lot of anime, I didn't know it, because I've only watched it censored, that just show boobs straight up, and I didn't even know that. They just show boobs, straight up. I watched I forgot what it's called. It was like about this kind of magical elf girl that works at like a store, something like that. It's kind of an older one. And then I also watched this one about what is it called? Yes, the boobs have nipples. There was this one about, what was it about? I'm trying to remember, but it's like some succubus girl or something, and it's about like blah 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 is very easy or something. Yeah, I watched Queen's Blade, but Queen's Blade is straight up porn. So Queen's Blade is porn, just as it is. I have seen interspecies reviewers. I like the mushroom girls in it, of course. Or was it the fairy girl? I think it was a fairy girl, and she was like mini and she has under eye bags. Yeah, that's the one I liked. But I watched I forgot what it's called, like My Love is Cold or something, and it's basically like, it's these two they're in high school, but the main guy character is like very short, and then the main girl is super tall, and it's kind of like a straight shota, but it's in high school, which is like boo, you know. But yes, Mistress Kanan is definitely Sleep Easy. That's the one I watched. That one is okay, but I was watching it and it was kind of cute. I liked it. But then I tried to watch there's this other like straight shota that I was trying to watch, and it's about this like shota that's in this house with these other women. There's like a few of these, but this one, the girl had pink hair, I think. And there was no freaking subtitles, and I hate when they only do the dub of stuff. The Dangers in My Heart, yeah, that one's good. The shota in that one is delicious. So I hate to put it that way. But he's kind of edgy, and he's like, grr, like, I'll kill you. These people around me don't know that I'm gonna kill them. And then he gets really flustered really easily, and he's really nice and stuff, and it's really cute. So, and he's like, he's very like, grr, this like hot girl, blah blah blah. How could, you know? Of course you wouldn't like me, and she's like super cutesy to him and stuff. It was really cute. I like that. So, a lot of men don't realize that they're being short is definitely like, everybody seems to think like, oh, women only want 6 foot tall men. Women only want 6 foot tall and above, blah blah blah. No, No, a lot of women, especially tall women, prefer short men specifically. I've met a lot of them, a lot, that prefer short men, especially like much shorter than them. So, just saying. And also, a lot of people say like, oh my god, you know, women only want tall men. Men do not want tall women most times. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing in both ways. So everybody loses when it comes to like acting like height is the ish. So, have you read My Girlfriend is Big and Cute? I don't think so. No. Is it a height difference thing? I wish I could change my height so bad. I wish I could like choose my height whenever I want to, because I would fucking love to be a giant woman like that. That would, like, at least a few times, you know, sometimes. I would love that. And I mean that. I would love that. That would be awesome. I'd love to be with a tall woman and make giant babies with her. I mean, I'm being rude to myself here. But if you get with like a short woman, you are risking your kids being short. Just saying. That's part of it. But if you're with a tall woman, you know, just, it happens. It happens. And I say that as a short woman. I say that as a short woman. You're risking having tiny kids. Most of the women in my family are quite short. But I am the shortest in my family. No, my grandma was the shortest in my family. But all of the men in my family are like 6 foot and above for the most part. And then some of the women are like 5'10". So, I don't know. My sisters are coming very close to being taller than me. They are. I don't know if I have tall genes inside of me. My grandma was, I think, 4'8" or something, and she was just like me. She was kind of bitchy and like, you know, would get her way no matter what. I love that. Just like me, for real. I hope if you ever feel bad about your height being short, or like, oh my god, I'm not desirable because I'm short, you should throw that out the window, because first off, there's nothing you can do about it. Do not get the Chinese leg lengthening surgery. But at the same time, if somebody only cares about you based on your height, they're not worth being with anyway. So you're kind of just throwing away the bad people in the grand scheme of things. If all they care about is the height part, then they were not worth being with. Just saying. It's true. And like, I'm talking about that as far as like just normal short heights go. Even if you're like 4 foot something, you know, that is what it is. But like, I do feel like there's a difference when someone is like an actual dwarf and has dwarfism, because there's a few different issues and complications that can come with that. But at the same time, you know, if you love someone, you love someone, and that's just how it is. But that there's actual like health complications with that part. So it's not like I'm just judging you on your height. It's like, no, that there's actual things to that. But just as far as like normally like short in quotations goes, if somebody judges you based on that, then they're not worth it. They're not worth your time. Like, anybody that judges based on a very petty thing like that, that's something you're gonna have to deal with for the rest of your life. So if you were with a petty person like that, they're eventually going to nitpick things about you that you can't change, that may just happen as life goes on. You know, as you age, you lose hair, you maybe have health complications, or like you can't do things yourself anymore. they're eventually just going to have issues with that anyway, you know? Because if all they base everything on is looks, then they didn't love you in the first place, you know? Because there's nothing you can do about some parts of yourself. And anybody that's willing to, you know, just not a worthwhile person. That's what I think. That's why I used to feel really bad about my height because, ironically, before it was seen as like a good thing, I was made fun of really bad and bullied really badly based on my height. And I was told I was like, you know, not a real woman, or like, you know, I don't count as a woman, and, you know, nobody should be with me because I don't look like a woman. And, you know, I had a lot of really rude things said to me. But then I realized, if somebody is going to judge me based on that, they weren't worth it anyway. They were not a worthwhile person. So I can't change my height, and I know for a fact that I'm a woman. So whatever they say, it doesn't really matter in that aspect, you know? There's not much I can do about it. I can't change that fact. But I know, you know, I know I've been a woman for how many years now. So it doesn't really matter, right? And you should feel that way about yourself, too. And I know it's like, but you don't get it. The height thing is different and stuff. But I've dealt with the same thing in a different form. Just because a lot of people, you know, maybe find it, like, attractive and it's a good thing now to be short, doesn't mean that I didn't deal with a lot of that growing up. And I didn't deal with a lot of that, you know, being seen as not as worthwhile as, like, a taller girl or a girl that has taller legs and stuff like that. It happens in different forms, you know? But then you have to think, even in your short height, there's a lot of people who really enjoy that too. And that's sought after. And it's like, oh, but where are they at? I feel like you will find that person for you in the way that you need to. And I think a lot of it is just being open to that as well, you know? If you have certain standards, you know, I think you can be more open about certain things, you know? Yeah. Too short to see where they're at? No. I feel like a lot of men act like they're short if they're not 6 foot. And I feel like that's really stupid. I think it's really, really stupid because most women nowadays are short as fuck. So if a girl's like, I'm 4'11" and I want a man that's 6'10", it's like, that's not even like, it's not even gonna make sense. Like there's no, like, it's not even useful. It sucks. You know? Like that, you're, like, it's not gonna be that anime, like, thingy. It's just gonna look weird. You know, you don't need that. You shouldn't be picky. I don't even consider 5'6" short. Neither do I. Well, I can't, literally. So, to be fair, my gauging, you know, how, you know, you can't, a lot of people are very tall to me no matter what. But I don't know. What I'm trying to say is, like, I've seen a lot about, like, the hip length. Yeah, hip length, hip dips. And the height stuff, and, like, people just going at each other, but I think a really good thing to consider, I'm just turning this down a little bit, but a really good thing to consider is, if you can't change this thing about yourself, and it's just part of your anatomy, then it's not worth getting upset over. And it's not worth being upset about. You know? You're wasting your time and your happiness on something that is not going to change. You're not going to change it. So there's no use in it. So just be happy. And see the good things about yourself and appreciate the life around you. You know? The hip dip thing is literally just to make people feel bad, I know. But at the same time, quite literally everybody has hip dips. I'm a hiplet. I have hip dips. I have pretty bad hip dips, actually. And I don't really give a shit about them at all. I also have severe stretch marks on my legs. And to be honest with you, I didn't know that was a bad thing until I saw it online. Because for me, I like the texture. I like touching the texture. I do it. It feels really cool to me. So I've never thought it was a bad thing, because like I think it feels cool, and I always thought it looked cool because I'm kind of a freak, and I like I don't have like tripophobia. I have the opposite, like tripophilia, where like I like the look of all of those things, and I like touching it, and I think it feels cool. So I could never see that as necessarily a bad thing. But my stretch marks you can only see if it like hits a certain light. They're really not that bad, but it's just from growing in height. A lot of people actually have them on their knees. You know that? A lot of people in general have stretch marks, but it's because people grow, and they may grow rapidly. Yeah. Especially people who hit a growth spurt, they usually see them on their knees, or they'll see them like in some parts of their legs, or arms, stomach, things like that. Yeah, arms is a big one too because of the way your body stretches. So it's very common. You have them on your butt. Where, on like the sides, or is it all over? Do they look like cool, like it's like if you put Hot Wheels across your butt and you like zoom it over, it's like tire tracks. That's probably fun. You have them around your armpits? That's from stretching and growing. All of these things that are considered to be ugly or nasty are very common. Even cellulite. I actually used to have pretty bad cellulite, at least in my opinion. I think I did, but I think I used to have bad cellulite, and the one thing that kind of like changed it is just like losing weight, to be honest with you. But a lot of women have like a different form of like what do you call it, like our bodies have fat differently and store fat differently. But when I lost weight, I completely lost it. But to be honest with you, I never really cared about that stuff, because with certain things, if I go and look up like how to fix cellulite, and then there's nothing that really helps fix it, I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Am I gonna be upset about it? You know, am I gonna sit there and like be super mad about it and upset? I can't do anything. So why does it matter? And if somebody's upset by it, I don't know, they can look away. It's not really a big deal. And that's a way to look at it and feel that way. So, I don't know. I don't think it's a huge deal. I've seen men with cellulite too, and it is what it is, you know? The human body is not meant to be this perfect thing. We're these ever-changing, like, creatures that, you know, we weren't meant to exist for the sake of beauty. But now a lot of us do, because that's what we're, you know, is shoved in our faces. But we were never meant to exist for that. We were meant to exist to, like, you know, live a good life. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah, we all get old and wrinkly, you know? This happens. We get pimples. We get this. We get that. So it doesn't really matter. Not really, no. So it's not a big deal. And I think anything that bothers you, or anything that somebody has made fun of you for that you cannot directly change quickly, you shouldn't be upset about. Even if, one thing I'll say is, if somebody calls you fat, and you are fat, it's not something that you should be upset about, but it's something that you can change with time. But you shouldn't hate yourself for being a certain way as you are. You should just be happy about the journey it takes to get wherever you need to, you know? And it's not really, sometimes, to me, it's just a descriptor word. Because I've used to be called fat and things like that. It's not, you know, it made me upset at the time to think about. But honestly, I was, you know, I have 2 eyes. I can see for myself. But you just work on what you want to if you want to. The only thing you need to be is healthy. You know, the only thing you need to be is here for as long as you can possibly be. So, whatever really, you know? Same with, like, you know, being skinny. It's just a descriptor. Some people just are. But I don't think you should be mad at yourself. Even if it's like, oh, how'd I let myself get this way? You shouldn't be mad about yourself. You know, you should take your time and get to where you need to and be better to yourself, you know? That's what. That's all that really matters. Yeah. It's just a Satan that can and will change. Yeah. Exactly. That's how I feel about it. I used to be really down about it, you know. Teenage girl weight problem, you know, of course, but you start to realize like it, you know, things can change and you can get to here, there, or whatever. And it's, I don't know, whatever. Even if you're ugly, there's a woman who really likes ugly bastards. Yeah. And to me, I've noticed a lot of women personally go more for personality and like if somebody is kind to them. A lot of women basically just want to be accepted, you know? That I feel the same way, really. It's just about acceptance and being treated kindly and being thought about. It's really that simple sometimes. You know? It's just like, you know, men be like, I just want to be loved. But women do too, you know? Yeah. Women do not want an asshole. I've had many people be assholes to me, and I'm usually just mean as fuck to them. And, or, you know, I block or whatever it may be. I don't like that. I've had some dude at a job try to hit on me, and he was being an asshole. And I went up to him and I was like, if you act like this one more time to me, I'm gonna get you reported. So, you know, knock it off. That was one of the times. Like, you better fucking knock it off, because you're not treating me like that. It's not like a tee-hee. It's like, I'm working, leave me the fuck alone. Don't do that. Just be nice to people. Literally, just be nice to people. All you have to do is be kind, and no matter who they are, they're gonna be happier with kindness, right? And if they're not, they're kind of an asshole, no? That's it. That's it, really. I used to do that thing where I would be an asshole to people. I was kind of like a bit of a tsundere, you know? I was mean to guys I liked. You know, when I was like a kid, I'd be like, you look funny, you know, you look dumb, you know, and like chase them and like try to like fight them and stuff like that. But, you know, all they thought about me was I was scary. So that didn't get me anywhere either. So that didn't work. So I realized, oh, maybe being nicer, you know, maybe being nice to people is the play, right? I was like an evil little child like that. I used to bite people, and I used to try to fight them, and I used to try to like hit them with sticks and stuff like that. So that was me. That was me when I was a kiddo. Yeah, I used to throw rocks and bite people. I had many people, I've talked about this, but I've had many people ask me to bite them because I have very sharp canines. And I used to get people to be, because I used to tell people like, you know, it will draw blood if I bite you, you know, because I was very into like pretending to be a wolf too. So I had some people like ask me to. My aunt asked me to bite her because she was just interested. She thought it was like funny because I was like, what, like fucking 4, and it did draw blood. It did. And after that, I wasn't allowed to bite people anymore. So that's when everybody told me to stop. Yeah, my aunt did, because she thought it was funny. I was like 4 years old, you know? I was like a little shit kid. And she thought it was funny. And then it wasn't so funny. It was not so funny after that. She did laugh it off. She did, yeah. But I had the power. I did. I had these sharp little canines. I still do. Got sharp little canine teeth. And a lot of people like used to mention it when I was a kid. You know, like, Like your teeth, you got like sharp teeth. You're like a vampire. My dentist, it's taking a long time to get an appointment. So that sucks. It's gonna take a little while. So basically I'm just waiting it out and I'm taking a lot of Motrin. So, yay. Yay. Just take as much Motrin as I possibly can. Yay. I'll be okay though. That's, I've been waiting. Because I just want to get these things out. Because they scrape against my mouth too. And it really sucks. I'm pretty good about toughing it out though. I did yesterday have a severe migraine to the point where I felt like I was gonna puke. And I think that was part of the pain I was dealing with my teeth. So I kind of like slept a majority of the day too. And then, you know, just loud ass fireworks and shit. I was not having a good day. I was not having a good one, you know. I do have a rough time currently. But at the same time, it makes me feel really cool. Because I survived, and also, I'm a little bit badass. Because my pain tolerance is really good. I'm pretty damn cool. Pretty freaking cool. I'm the strongest VTuber. It does suck because I don't know when like my pain is too much. So, I don't know. That's the scary part. But I'm doing much better. Yeah, I was having trouble walking, and I remember they told me, they're like, you shouldn't even be able to walk. Like, you know, you should be on the floor. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of cool like that. I'm kind of cool. So something about me is that a lot of medication doesn't do anything for me. And it's more of like in my head that I have to believe it's doing something, which sucks. And yeah, I did tank the pregnancy simulator. It actually felt good, so. Pain meds and medications as a whole. So I had to take some oxy whatever. And you know, that's supposed to be like this really crazy medication for like if you're in pain and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't feel like it did much for me. And I didn't really like have a dependency or anything on it. It just didn't really do that much. I don't know. I don't know. I took what I needed to because like it helped with like, so it helped with the initial pain, but there was just this numbing pain on the inside that was just prevalent no matter what. So it helped more with like the uncomfortable feeling that I had, but the pain was kind of eh. So it was whatever. But to be honest with you, Motrin kind of helped me more. So I was mostly taking Motrin. That was the best. So yeah. I don't know. I've had to take Oxy for other things before, and every single time I've taken it, I really haven't noticed too much. And I kind of forgot if like I had taken it because I just didn't really feel much from it. And I don't know if that's like normal, but I don't know, it didn't do much. So yeah, for me, like how do I put this? It's hard for me to build a dependency. Exactly. If I am told that something is bad and I need to stop it, I can drop it immediately. And I can kind of like take the pain for it. So I used to have like a really, really bad caffeine addiction, and I just didn't want to have it anymore, so I just stopped it, and I had a really bad headache, and I just kind of powered through it, and I just dealt with it, I guess. I don't know. It's just how I am. Maybe I haven't ever like dealt with anything that's super addictive, I guess. But I don't know. That's just how I am. No, I didn't have any withdrawals from Oxy. To be honest, I think I still have one left that I didn't take. So, I don't know. I think in my head, so I've had a lot of people around me that have battled a lot of addiction. And I think in my head, when I was a kid, I thought so strongly, like, no matter what, I'm not going to let myself get to that point, and I'm going to, like, get through whatever it is, no matter what. And I think that's kind of why I'm like that, why I am the way I am. And I don't know, I used to take a lot of medications for anxiety, depression, PTSD, and I used to take a bunch of them, and I used to take a very strong dose. And honestly, I didn't like taking it because it made me feel nothing. So I just stopped taking them, and I just hid the pills behind my bed. And I just quit it cold turkey. And then when I told my doctor that, they were like, "Oh my god." They're like, you can't do that." And I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "You could have like seizures and stuff like that." And I don't know. I didn't have any of that. So I didn't know that that could happen to me, but I had stopped it for months. So I don't know. The just tank it mentality. Yeah. Built different. It's crazy. I never liked taking the medications. They would always ask me, like, "How's the medication doing for you?" And I was like, "Good. Really good." Good. I'm awesome. It's making me feel awesome. Yeah, really good. And that's kind of when I started to realize, like, medication was kind of holding me back from dealing with stuff on my own. So I stopped taking medication. Yeah. I don't know. It's more a state of mind, but genetics. Awesome, your body's able to do that. I think it's a lot of a state of mind. You know, I've had some things where, like, you know, I've been addicted to, like, soda, and I'm like, oh, I need to buy, like, a pop, you know, a whole thing of pop, like, you know, and buy a ton of them and go through all of them. But if I want to, I can just stop. Like, I really want it, but I can just stop if I need to. And I don't know, just how I am. I've always kind of been this way. I don't know. I think it's just always been a state of mind seeing people like that. And I don't like to have that. So I don't know. Maybe I won't always be like that, but a lot of people around me have been addicted to, like, alcohol, like, you know, cigarettes, stuff like that. And I just never got into it. Even gambling. I've gone gambling many times, actually, many times. But when I went, I didn't feel the itch, right? I would only gamble with free money that the casino gave me, or I would do it for, like, a birthday. And then if I made more than I walked in with, I was fine, and I would just walk around and get the free drinks. But if I lost it, then I just lost it. So I didn't really like betting money. The most amount of money I would spend would be like $100, and then if I wasted $100, I would feel like shit. But some people gamble like thousands and thousands, and I can't do that because I just think in my head, like, with this amount of money, I could have done literally anything else. I could have put this into stocks. I could have put this into this, you know? Like, it would have a better turnout elsewhere because the casinos are not in your favor. So, I don't know. That's how I feel. I feel bad for the old people at the casinos. They don't deserve to be like zombies. Could have bought figurines, yeah. That's how I feel. I don't know. I guess I always thought, like, I never understood why people were really into gambling, but I can see, like, the way they do things, like the numbers and the number go up and the, you know, the crazy fucking sounds and shit like that. It's a lot. But I think it's really upsetting that there's, like, what is it, those Kalshi bets or something, and they're trying to force gambling onto the Zoomers. It's so stupid. I think that's so terrible. Kalshi, and Polymarket. Don't touch any of those things. I have gotten ads for like, do you want to bet on Love Island? And it's like, holy shit, like, you know, oh my god, it's like, do your Kalshi bet with Love Island. Who stays at the island? And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, these people are not human that are touching this. Like, it's terrible. Holy shit. This is like the most subhuman thing I have ever seen. It's like literally the devil is presenting this to you. It's fucked up. It's so fucked up. I don't know. I think it's just really stupid, and I think it's really bad that they're trying to like advertise it, especially to kids too. What a shame. I think the best kind of gambling you could do is if you play Tower Unite and then you just gamble your Tower Unite money. If you wanna like feel the gambling without spending money and dealing with it, just do Tower Unite betting. For real. For real. That's all you have to do. I have a drink. My Wawa. The house doesn't win when it comes to Tower Unite. When it comes to Tower Unite, no matter what, you probably win. I highly recommend Tower Unite, by the way, if you like Gmod Tower. If you like Gmod Tower and you like having your own avatar and having like kind of like a chat room type of game, Tower Unite. Highly recommend Tower Unite. Has really good mini games. Has really good, like, just everything. It's a really good game. It's like Gmod Tower. Yeah. If you're ever bored, Tower Unite. It has all the mini games you could want. It has the golfing mini games. It has laser tag. It has bumper cars. It has, what is it? Roller coasters. And it also has a VR version. So, please, I recommend it. I recommend it. You don't need friends. You can just play anything and meet people and talk to people and stuff. Yeah. It's very fun. And there's karaoke too, by the way. There's a actual karaoke thing built into the game. And you can sit in a karaoke room. And it's really cool. Yeah. It's very, very fun. And everybody on Tower Unite, for the most part, is very nice. I've never really met somebody on Tower Unite that wasn't, like, kind or, like, kind of cringy weird, you know? It's really good. Everyone's pretty chill, for the most part, in that game. Yeah, a lot of people get drunk and just play on that game and stuff. It's really awesome. I highly recommend, if you're ever bored, if you ever want to just, like, talk to people or play some mini games with people, they have all types of stuff. It's very, very fun. I have to shill the heck out of it because genuinely, it's one of the best underground games on Steam. It's super cool. And it's like, it's way worth whatever money it is. It's the best. It really is the best. I kind of want to do a stream of it another time, or do like maybe do like a Patreon thing of it or something like that. Would be nice. That could be fun. Cause I don't know about like a stream like with so many people. I don't know. I'll think about it, but maybe even a Patreon thing. But it's a really great game. I highly recommend it if you just bored. I don't know, bored. Yeah. Patreon is like my YouTube membership anyway. So, yeah. That's what I do. But I don't really want anybody to like join and then start screaming the N-word. It's not really a big deal to me. Like, I don't know. Again, to me, it's like I just mute them. It's whatever. To me, it's like, you know, it's bad, but like it's just a word or whatever. People just say it to be edgy. But I think I can get in trouble if people say that on my stream, which is the issue. So that sucks. Yeah, it's just Twitch getting mad at me, acting like I'm the one that said it. So that's the dumbest thing, by the way. You play online games and somebody in your game says or does something bad, and then Twitch is like, well, basically you did that. You're the one that did that, by the way. It's like, what the fuck? Why are you telling them to do it? Yeah. YouTube does that too, by the way. YouTube used to do it with the chat. If somebody typed like porn, sex, fuck in the chat, it's like, oh, you put tits on the screen, basically. What the fuck? And then you'd get banned on YouTube. I'm thinking about twin. Isn't that so stupid? They were doing that with the YouTube comments a month or two ago. Really? I filter my comments a lot. I'll have like, if people are writing like, no offense, but if people are writing like super broken English, I usually ban them, because sometimes those are, it could be that they're ESL, but sometimes people use that for a code word that they'll do. No, seriously. They'll do it for codes to like mean something, and sometimes it's like, yeah. So that's why, like, if something it looks really off, I usually ban them. Yep. There's a lot of things people do in that way. Like, they'll do it like in codes for something, or like they'll try to push something that could get me banned or something of the sort. So that's why I ban them, just to be safe. So there's a lot of really weird communities like that. Yep. You have no idea. You have no idea the types of weird people out there. So, people are weird as fuck. I don't know. How did I find that out? I'm in the know with everything. I've seen, like, I try to keep updated with a lot of like things that people latch onto or say. Creepy. And I try to keep updated with that sort of thing. Like, even Discord right now, you can't post any pictures of a Minecraft inventory or anything with a grid, because they will Discord will say that is COD points. So you have to be careful, which is really crazy, because it's just their algorithm. So yeah, your account will be banned. I wouldn't trust them to fix it when they say they fixed it, to be honest with you. I would definitely just trust that they didn't fix it and try to not do that, and probably wait at least a few months, because the Discord going, we fixed it. Yeah, they probably didn't. So Wordle results, oh, because of the way it's formatted. Yeah. You can't even post lolly art anymore, not even in private chats. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. I have my own private Discord where I'll like post my skebs and stuff for myself. So, uh-oh. And like I'll post like things I want to refer back to and read. Uh-oh. Shoot. Darn it. I have to be so I actually have to be careful with this. I used to post all of my skebs on Google Drive, but you can actually get your whole Goggle account dunzo from that, so I can't do that anymore either. So you can't do anything. Even if you do it on Pixiv, there's nowhere to do it. Yeah, it freaking sucks. You should definitely clean out your stuff, or just rename it to like, what I like to do is I just type it as funny. Or I'll just say like funny, and that's it. I wouldn't put cute and funny, I would just put funny. Because you put like a basic word, you know? Yeah, you can't, don't name it anything bad, sure. Yeah. It's really dumb. But yeah, they probably will scan the images too. Mark it as taxes. Well, they'll definitely try to look into that then. Of course. That's so dumb. I also saw at AX they were selling a cute and funny, but I thought that was not really, like, legal. I thought that wasn't allowed at all. Of course they sold out, but I thought it wasn't really, like, I thought they'd get in trouble. Shota section swiped clean. Well, all of the freaking Love and Deep Space bitches were there, so I mean it makes sense. It does, it makes sense. I so wish I could get my hands on more like actual stuff like that, but it's so difficult. I feel like I just need to go to Japan and I need to like get my freak on, you know. Meltdown over game journalist article today? Really? I need to get my freak on, my freak-a-leak. My freak-a-leak. That's it. I was talking to my old artist friend and I was like, I want to buy your lewd stuff. Do you have any like physical stuff? I want to buy your lewd stuff. And I think I just need to visit her and like get some, because I want to buy her stuff. So ironically, so I'm not personally super into this sort of thing, but she draws how do I word this? A pee-pee on a lady. And it's actually not personally my thing. So I've said I'm against it. Let me explain this. I don't really care too much. I think when it's like that with a dude that's gay, but if it's like, you know, like it's like the Yuri equivalent, like that's whatever. But I don't really care too much. It's not really like my cup of tea. But my issue is I don't want people to start asking me to do that sort of thing, because that makes me very uncomfortable and that makes me very grossed out, and I really don't like that. You know, if people started like talking to me like, oh, mommy, can you fuck me? No, 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 don't talk to me like that. No. Ew. I hate that. That's why I say like, I don't want that. You know, don't draw that. Because I don't want those types of people around me. That's why, like, when I have like a hard ban on stuff, it's like, you know, that's why, mostly. Like, for the most part, I'm like, it's not real. You know, I don't really give a shit. It's not my cup of tea. But, like, I've seen other people's, like, chats. And it's like, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with it. Even if it's like, you know, I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want that. I don't want that sort of thing. I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't. Give them an inch and they'll ask for 9. I don't want that. I don't like it. A lot of normies like that, yeah. It's really like... Shut up. Don't laugh at me. I've noticed normies really like that specifically, yeah. Which, like, whatever, you know, it's not real, it's like not my thing. But I just don't like the type of stuff that comes out of it. It's like freaks me out. I don't like it. I really don't like it. It's nasty. It's nasty and I don't like it. It makes me feel disgusted. Because that's not me. That's not me. That's not what I have. Ugh. I'm sorry. It is scary. It is a little frightening. But to each their own, you know. I'm not gonna hate on people that like something I don't exactly. I have things that I like that would scare others. you know. So to each their own. It you know, it don't matter. It don't matter. Yeah, I don't like that they draw them like sorry, I have a coffee and I'm twirling it with my little thing. But I don't like needle porn now. I like robots. No, this is my little it's like a mixer. It's a mixer thing. It's for my coffee. It's a cold coffee, so it's okay. But I like robots. I've always liked robots. But yeah, a frother. It's kind of fucked up now. So this frother I got, I bought a few. I just want to talk about this. I bought a few of them. So this one I bought was like $6 or something, and then I bought one that was like 20 something. The $6 one, the best one I have. The other ones I bought, they suck. They suck. They broke. So it goes to show. Thank you for the sub. Thank you, King Floppy. I do like robots though. I like robots just in the sense of like this unfeeling thing, you know, ends up having feelings or goes against its own programming and, you know, this and that. That's what I like about it. Because I like that it's love. So cringe, but I like that love kind of transcends, you know, something that was built not to have that function. And I think that's really, I don't know, I think it's really good. You know, it made me happy. So I like it so shockingly in a more romantic way. So I just, it's sweet. I like that stuff. But I like weird stuff, so I can't fault people for having their own things. But some things are just not my cup of tea. That's all. But if it's not real, it's not real. It's whatever. I don't know, whatever. The one tweet I made, that's one of many I have in my cranium. Let me eat my food. Ew. You can hear my mouth. Ew. I like talking about robot stuff. I've never been a writer, but I like coming up with scenarios. I've talked to a lot of different VTubers, and they're like, oh, can I like base this ASMR off of like this one you did? And then I'm annoying and an asshole, so I'm like, yes, but you should do this and add this and this because it fits you to do this, this, and this. Because I kind of just, I like coming up with that stuff for people. I wish I could make scripts for people, but I'm not really a script person and I don't really know what to say, and I feel like if I write it out, it'll be kind of cringe. But I like coming up with the concepts and ideas. Yeah. I just want to help people if I can. Maybe I'll become a script writer. Has anyone not been receptive? Oh, I don't think so. You know, that reminds me. I wanted to do a stream like this. But I was wondering if I'll probably do it as like a Google form thingy. No, I don't write scripts. I've never written a script, but I might try one sometime, at least for somebody else. I wanted to have a stream where I kind of give you like big sister advice, I guess. So as far as like hygiene and like products and things go, like maybe you can ask me for specific things, specific stuff you're dealing with or something like that, and I would love to kind of answer that and give you like, oh, this works for this and this is what I did and stuff like that. And I wanted to do it for everyone. If like I know men normally don't, you know, use or are into certain things like that, but everybody's got things that they wish they could like change or make better. So I'd like to help as much as I can for like specific ailments or something. I saw someone trying this. I told them you don't script. Yeah, I don't script. You'd submit some questions? That would be nice. I was even thinking of like not even, this is not even in a weird way, but even like lewd things, like, do women like when men have chest hair? And stuff of that nature. Like, I would be able to answer it. Because, throughout everything I've done, and I know, like, this is a bit weird to say, but I've had a lot of people, be the most open with me that they say they've ever, like, been about certain things, about, like, issues they've had, or, like, things they're not very confident in. And it makes me feel really, like, blessed and lucky to be somebody that, you know, people can trust like that, and, you know, like, open up in that way. And it makes me feel really happy, and that's, like, despite everything, that's, like, some of my favorite parts of everything I've done and everything I've understood from other people. And I'm really glad, because I think I'm quite good at it, because I've felt the same way, and I've felt similarly. Obviously, I'm not somebody else, but I've felt similarly about stuff, and I know the way things get to people and how they feel and whatnot. So it makes me very happy to be able to be that person that people can say these things to. And I don't know, it makes me feel really, really happy. So I always wish people could, you know, like, ask me things like that, and, you know, anonymously, whatever they want to do. I had somebody very recently, I'm not airing anybody's dirty laundry, but somebody very recently telling me about something they're not very confident in, and it's about, like, a scar they have or something. And I don't know, it made me feel kind of happy in a way, because it's like, look at, I'm going through exactly that. And there's been other things where it's like, I don't feel confident in this, and it's like, oh my god, me too. I think most people don't feel this way. So it's I'm really thankful that I don't know, anybody could come to me with things that are really, really personal like that. Not like, I don't know how to put this, but, like, not in, like, the, oh my god, like, heckin' parasocial, but sometimes you feel very alone in the world, and it's easier to write something to a stranger, in quotations, online, than it is to talk to anybody you know personally in real life. And I appreciate kind of being that person sometimes. Sometimes stuff is trauma dumping, I won't lie, but I'm not somebody that's dealing with, like, one thing instead of, like, I feel as if trauma dumping is everything all the time, right? So it's like every single thing is, like, the negative, and, like, you know, no matter what I say, it's not gonna solve it or do anything. But it's like something like that. I appreciate anybody being able to be open and honest, even good things too. It's not always, like, you know, trauma or, like, bad things, but sometimes, like, I've actually had somebody come and ask me, like, what is a good present to buy for, like, a girl that I'm going to be seeing, you know, for the first time. And stuff like that, I always hope I can help and, like, be real and realistic with it too. It's not always bad stuff, but sometimes it's like there's this random person that, like, I watch a lot, and I'm kind of glad to be that person, you know. So that's what I say. I get some of that from women as well, you know. So it makes me very happy. I'm not really, like, the person with the best advice ever, but I appreciate anybody thinking I'm somebody of that sort, and I hope I can help them as best as I can. Or maybe they come to me and they do the opposite, because maybe my advice actually sucks balls. And they're like, okay, well, if I do the opposite, then it's the good thing. Hey, maybe even that. Maybe. Either way, it makes me happy that for the first time people see me like that. And kind of, I don't know, kind of go to me sometimes. Good or bad, or even just general. It makes me happy. You know? I've even had people come to me about, you know, promotions at their job or something like that. And it genuinely makes me very happy, because it is true that when you share your happiness or share your excitement about something, it's like doubled, you know? Sharing it with more people and having somebody be excited for you. It's a good thing, and I feel really happy that I'm kind of a person that somebody can turn to about a good thing happening in their life. So, maybe it's stupid what I'm saying, but I'm just saying that I appreciate all of this sort of stuff, you know. I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate everything everybody gives me all the time. And by that I mean, like, their time, their attention, their words, their anything, you know? Just everything. And I'm really grateful and I'm thankful. How many, how do I put this, but how many people can say that they have at least 20 people willing to sit there and listen to them do whatever and talk about whatever? Not many. So I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. Even 20. You know? It is crazy. When I first started streaming, I thought about all of the people watching me as if I was on a stage and they were in the crowd. And then when you think about those numbers, it's crazy, right? Even if there's 2 people with their full attention on you, 1 person, that's nuts. So that's why I don't want to look at you as like a straight number, but I'm just saying in the sense that I appreciate everybody that spends that sort of time on me, you know? And that's why I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. So I hope every time I do stuff, you know that I do it out of the goodness of my heart and the things I say and how I say them. I may be kind of stupid, but I try my best to say things in a positive way, because that's what I mean to be. So, I hope these silly talks about whatever and body image and this, that, and the third, I hope it can kind of settle you and make you feel better sometimes. You know, I always I kind of look at the negativity that I see, and I try to think about how other people are seeing it, and I want to flip it and make it more grounded, that, you know, the way things are and how they are. I think most times a lot of people are scared of others and being judged, and I feel that way too. But then you kind of consider that, like, you know, normal people are not like that. So it's like some reality, you know, putting you back into reality. And I hope you feel better. I've definitely become more positive from listening to you. Thank you. I hope so. What's this creepy music? We're in Dracula's castle. We're up here in Dracula's castle. Since finding you, I felt a lot better about myself and a lot more positive in general. I don't think that's all thanks to me. I think a big part of anything like that is you too, you know. Being open to being a positive person. I've been trying to change my mindset from stuff you said. Like what? What's bad about your mindset? Just negativity, especially towards yourself? When I say all of this, it's kind of a reflection of how I felt about myself and sometimes how I see myself. So I try to put it out there, and when I say the words out loud, and I put it towards somebody else, I kind of realize, like, well, you know, I can't be thinking that if I'm saying it to somebody else, right? So I try. Gives a nudge in the right direction. I'm glad. You gotta be kind to yourself. Not to sound all witchy, freaky, deaky, but I've started to believe that the things you say out loud and the things you constantly think about and do will become real and will become, like, will happen if you keep, you know, pestering yourself with them by, like, making these self-deprecating jokes and things like that. You know, you shouldn't say that towards yourself, because then it will be that way. So I think you gotta put the goodness out there. Relationships with people and how I approach them, any existential crisis. Yeah, well, I'm not God, so whatever I say, take with a grain of salt, but in a positive way. I just say what I do from my experiences. I'm not super smart or anything. But it is true, faking it till you make it. I don't know if I've talked extensively about this, not too much, but I really did used to have such severe social anxiety to the point where I didn't really have a voice to speak with, and I became basically a mute, and I couldn't look anybody in the eyes, and I was scared to even talk to my own family members and look them in the eyes. And it was really, really bad, and I suffered from it for years, and I couldn't speak to anybody, and I didn't know how, and whenever I would talk, my voice would just, like, you know, go down. Kami-sama. Thank you, Magnum. Kami-sama. But a lot of what's made me able to talk with people like this is just forcing it and faking it and thinking in my head, I want to be this type of person, you know? It took me a bit to realize I shouldn't make negative jokes to friends because hearing stuff enough gets to people. It is true, but it also depends on what the friend is, you know, open about and okay with, and it depends. A lot of things, you know, are gray, they're not black and white, but I know it's like, this is gonna sound dumb and like kind of cringe, but sometimes joking in like a positive way can be like kind of good too. You know, like even with friends, sometimes I'll joke and I'll be like, yeah, well, it's your fault your ass is so fat and so big and so juicy. Well, it's your fault that you're so fucking pretty and beautiful, you know? Like stuff like that. But it's you know, it's kind of funny in its own way. Like you can kind of flip the joke in that way. And I know a lot of dudes joke differently, but sometimes you can do the same thing but just flip it on its head. Something like that. I hope we can, how do I put this? I hope we can do another New Year's together and then kind of talk about how we've gotten better, things have changed, and things like that. And do it over again. New Year's is one of my favorite things because we do the lemon pigs and stuff like that. So I'm really excited. Very, very excited. Very excited for Halloween too. I'm thinking of a few different costumes. I have like a list in my head of what I want to do and what I want to be, and I'm thinking about it. My lemon pig is still okay. But yeah, your lemon pig is saving you. It's saving your ass. It's taking all the negativity. Mine didn't take enough, you know. Mine needs to look a little bit worse, okay? To be fair, I'm still here, and dealing with some things, you know, give me a newfound appreciation for certain things. So I can't say that everything that happened to me is bad necessarily. I do think everything happens for a reason, even negative things. So, I don't know. I can't truly be upset with everything I've been through and how I'm going through it. You know? I'm lucky to be here, and I'm lucky to have everything I have. And I'm lucky to have everyone that I have, and so much, I guess. I don't know. That's how. Lemon pigs are freaking real. Lemon pigs are real. They really save you. They really do. They really freaking save you. They work. They do. They do. Whoa. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. I didn't mean to do it. Hit me in the face. Oh my god. Don't look, Twitch. All I need to do is own like a male slave in the background and I'll be okay, you know. Then my stream will be fine. Okay? Then nothing bad will happen to me. You guys saw that, right? There was like that dude in the gimp suit in that girl's stream. That shit was crazy. Fucking nuts. People used to do naked body painting on Twitch. You know that, right? Like, all they would do is paint over the nipples first. And they would just be nude. Yes. That was a real thing for like years. I don't know if they still do that, but there was one girl who had her father paint her. It was freaky. This was before Clancy. Yeah, it was fucked up. She got into like a huge issue because of that. Cause it was fucked up. The bully hunter. I forgot about that. The fucking bully hunters. Man, I wish I had a bully hunter. I want. Didn't they have like bully hunter controllers or something? I want one of those so fucking bad. Oh my god. Oh shit. Jesus Christ, man. It is an artifact at this point. Fucking bully hunters. I can't believe that. Well, back to it, but oh yeah, the porn chroma keyed over the enemy ink color. I saw that. That was funny as hell. I'm hoping you had a good 4th of July too. For me, it like wasn't too crazy or nothing. Just basic stuff. I don't like deviled eggs. And I know I made those really fucked up, like neon colored deviled eggs, but they were not that bad. Okay, they were not that bad. I don't like deviled eggs, but they were not that bad, actually. So I did food coloring, but I also flavored them. So the red ones were like this, like chili, like sweet chili type of. They were just kind of like soaked overnight, and then the blue ones were dill. They were like garlicky dill, so they're pretty good. Yeah, I thought they were not that bad. So I did I did a drop of food coloring in it. And then the red ones were also gochujang. So part of the red was actually like red from the gochujang, like chili type of stuff. So yeah. They're pretty good though. They're pretty good. I never understood what like deviled eggs were supposed to taste like, because I never really liked them. But the way I make them, I think they're pretty freaking good. Like, I've had them at restaurants because I wanted to know what they were like, and I make them better. Just saying, I make them better. Mine are the best. So yeah, everybody loves my deviled eggs. Everybody across the planet Earth, if they have one, they're like, well, these are the best I've ever had. But yeah, everybody liked them. I didn't get a picture of this, but I made a cheesecake but it was eaten very quickly. So, yeah. But it was, so I made two. One of them was like a basic cheesecake, and then the other one was like a smaller one, but it was, I did strawberry blueberry, basically, and I just kind of like swirled it in. Oh, no, the regular cheesecake, I did toasted coconut flakes at the bottom, and then the other cheesecake, I did, caramel at the bottom. So it was pretty good. I bought like off of Amazon, I bought a ton of like these little tins, and I just use them to cook whatever now. Like if I need to put something in the oven, I just put them in the tins. They were like $10, and I have like a ton of tins, so that's what I do. It was a good investment. I want to bake and cook more though. I'm still getting back into the swing of things, but I want to do more of that. I really like doing it. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. I do that with deli containers. Yeah. So this is kind of gross, but whenever I have food that I eat out, you know how they come in those like Chinese soup containers and whatnot? I will save those, but I'll just use them if I don't want to mess up my Tupperware. So with like sauce and things like that, I can just toss them after, and then it's pretty easy. I usually just wash them, but I'll use them for like sauce. I use them if I don't want to mess up my actual stuff, and then yeah, boom, you just toss them. So, do most people do that? I thought it was like seemed gross or something. I don't know. But I do that. I just toss them after. They're good for also like holding things in. So I'll do them for, what I do is, you know when you cut up vegetables and whatnot, I use them for scraps. So I'll use them as my little scrap container, and then I just toss it after. And then boom, you know, you don't need to keep it anymore. Yeah, I don't like to waste too much. I used to be very poor, so I used to save as much as I possibly could, and that goes as far as like food and whatnot. So a big part of why I cook is that I used to have to make do with every single part of the food that I have, or I had to make a very specific grocery list and then make do with every single possible thing on the grocery list. So through that, it's like, if I buy green onions, I can use them for this, and this, you know? If I buy chicken, I could use it for chicken wraps, I can use it for chicken noodle soup, I can use the bones for the broth, and that's kind of how I used to, like, do my grocery lists. That's, I feel like that's the best way to do it. It does help you be creative. I've reused a lot of stuff in like, recipes, because it's easy to like consider that sort of thing when you've done it for a long time. I've been doing that since I was like 15, I guess. Yeah, about 15. I started doing the grocery shopping for my family, I think at like 14 or something. So that's something I started to work on. Same with couponing. I don't do couponing as much anymore. I used to. I should do couponing, but I buy my stuff online because I don't really drive. But I used to do all that. Very good skill. Are coupons still good? I haven't used them in a long time, so. They make, so actually I get some coupons in the mail, and coupons are so bad nowadays, because if you do like the fast food coupons, like it'll be like $1 off if you, with the purchase of like a full meal, or it'll be like 69 cents off of a large meal. It's like, what the fuck? Or it's like, buy one get one 25% off, and it's like what? What's the use? So grubby. I can't believe our grubby little thing in my chat. A grubby emoji. Spend $100, get $1 off. Yeah, they actually do that now. BK used to have great coupons. Now they don't. It sucks. We used to have McDonald's coupons on the back of buses? Really? I watch Grubby all the time. I always have him. I always watch all of his VODs. He's super cool. He's very funny. BK had this crazy thing that would get you tons of coupons for free fries. BK fries are so good too. Was buy 3 get 1 free. Jesus. Jesus. It's All-Star loyalty cards and app deals. Yeah. That's a big thing, is that you have to use the app, and you have to use the app every single time you buy anything, and this, that, the third. So stupid. I used to give my friends the free Whopper when they were buy one, get one coupons. Yeah. Anyone print off fake coupons back in the day? I used to do something like that. There was a pool near me, and I used to... I used to go online, and I used to print out fake, like, wristbands and, like, make them. And I made a whole bunch for the summer. So I would just go to the pool, and I would have the wristband. And I would look, so basically, I would walk outside of the pool and look at the garbage and see what color the wristband was that day, and then that's what I would wear that day. And I would get in the pool for free. What? I'm not paying a shit ton of money to get into a pool, okay? Jeez. That's not like stealing, okay? That shit should be free. The pool was like, I think it was like $50, like, for a day. It's like, what the fuck? And then, like, for a year, it was like a shit ton of money or something. It was, so it wasn't like, maybe not 50, but it was very expensive. Very, very expensive. I remember, because it was like a rich people thing. But, I didn't want to pay for that, so. I think the food and drinks were included with, like, a day pass or, like, a year pass. But if you, or, no. I think that was, like, for the week. And then I think the day pass, you didn't get food. But the rest is, like, you get food and drink or something. But, I just didn't pay that. So. I would just have the fake wristbands. And that's what I would do. Most places that use that stuff, they just buy them from, like, a party store. So you can just either print them off online or go to a party store. Simple. Very simple. Just go on and do it. Always a workaround. Hey, everything is overpriced anyways, and nothing is free anymore, so just do what you can. You can sneak into the pool, that's okay. Everything's way too expensive. Just don't steal from mom and pop shops. Don't do anything bad to mom and pop shops. I couldn't say that quickly. Don't do anything to, like, the small town places. But Walmart, I mean, what if they're assholes? Maybe. Depends on how much of an asshole. It depends. It varies. You will play all the Nintendo. Yeah, fuck Nintendo. Fuck Nintendo for everything. Unless I get a job there somehow, then Nintendo's awesome. But yeah. I think the worst possible thing is right now playing multiplayer games like couch co-op that everybody has to pay for it. Seeing that, it's like, holy, like, you know how it's like, when I was a kid, you know, we had it better. But that's quite literally true. That's insane. I can't believe that. the new Halo. It was the new Halo. I thought that was a lie. Like, I thought somebody was making, like, a fake joke tweet to be like, see? This is as bad as it can get, right? And I was like, oh, man, that totally would suck, right? And then it's like, no. That's real. What? They said it was a mistake actor? Yeah, I'm sure. It's insane. I can't believe how everything has gotten. Like, you can't even on, like, those subscriptions to, like, Disney Plus and stuff, you can't even, you can't switch, like, the house it's on. Like, the like, IP address. You only get a certain amount of switches, like, per month or something. And there's ads. Isn't that nuts? The paid subscription was the mistake. They still each need a PlayStation account? My god. That's... That's so stupid. I can't believe it. I can't believe that there's just ads. Like, we deal with ads. You just need, like, a Plex server. Really. No more of this stuff. I need to make the community Plex server. I will make the community Plex server or something. We all get it for free. That'd be awesome. It's 500% more expensive. Yeah. Even, okay, this is a little cringe of me, whatever, but I wanted to watch the new Rick and Morty, right? And there's a new season. You have to pay for each episode. Like $4 or something. And then so it'll, like, air one by one on, I think, like, it's like not Disney, it's some, like, bullshit like Hulu or something, but it airs infrequently. So every episode will come out, like, whenever. So it should come out on Fridays, but, like, it might come out or it won't. And it's just it's like random. And it says that if you have a subscription, you have access to the new season. No, you don't. No. It comes out and you have to pay for it first. And there's ads on it too. Like, what? What the fuck? Isn't it crazy? Okay, there was a Rick and Morty episode that I thought was really good. And it was one of the most recent episodes. And genuinely, I was shocked because I was like, wow, this was a pretty good episode. It reminded me of, like, an old American Dad episode. It was pretty good. Rick and Morty is, like, okay, it's like stoner, like, this is the shit you find in, like, a weed shop and stuff. But sometimes the humor is, like, off, but then other times I'm like, damn, that was, like, really well thought out. And, like, really, really, like, good. And, like, the humor was good there. But besides that, like, sometimes it's like, oh, Morty, cough, I'm drinking alcohol, you know. But other times it's like, wow, that was actually pretty good. I've heard nothing about the show since they replaced Roiland. I didn't even know there was a new VA. I don't know. They all kind of sound fucking stupid a little bit, so... I basically just watch a bunch of stuff now, and I try to keep an open mind about things, even if I may not like it. I watched, what is it? Love is Blind, or Love Island? Yeah, Love Island. And thank you for the sub, Julius. Thank you. Julius the Viking. I watched Love Island. I do like Love on the Spectrum. But I watched Love Island, and I'm not gonna lie, it's like, it feels like a psyop. Like, it feels like a distraction. Like, from like, just anything. Like, it feels like, you know those sugar cookies you get from the grocery store? And the icing tastes so fucking fake. And it's like, it like falls apart in your mouth and it's kind of gross. That's what it is as a TV show. It's really bad. And, like, it's really, like, and I say this as somebody who, you know, like Zerks off live, but it's so egregious with the sex. And it's in a very like nasty way to where like there was an episode where they were like blindfolded and kissing each other with paint. And like, you know, there was like paired couples, but then they all have to kiss each other and get on top of each other. And it's like, this is kind of fucking nasty. Like, this is kind of fucking, because they wanted to see like what paint mixed on each other's bodies, I guess. And it's like, I don't want to watch this. Like, this is kind of fucking nasty. I don't know. Somebody said it's like if Mr. Beast made porn. It felt like that exactly. It did. It felt like that exactly. And I watched it and I was like, this just feels like bad. Like, this feels nasty. And it just felt gross. You know, I've watched a lot of like trashy TV, but like it feels like disgusting. I don't know. There were like, I think the worst one though, even worse than Love Island, was like, I think it's called like MILF Manor. That was the worst show I've ever seen, probably. That was like the worst show I've ever seen. That shit was really bad, like genuinely bad. So what it was about was there was these older women, and then they try to get with these younger guys, okay? But all of the younger guys are each of their sons. So they're just like swapping moms, and they have to do mother-son challenges. And like, fucking, one of them was like, you know, like, I cheated on my husband with your best friend. And there was like a mom that did that to her son. And I'm not gonna lie, that show, like, it was like watching like fucking, it just felt like so dark. It literally felt dark. Like I felt like a pit in my stomach watching it. I was like, holy shit. Like, this is just like, this is evil. This is evil TV. Like, this is like, it felt so bad. Like, it was really bad. And I think it got canceled, but like, it seemed a little too realistic with how they were reacting. It was really bad. It was really bad. And when I first watched it, I was like, oh, okay, you know, like, this is not, it's gonna be like fake, right? It's gonna be this obvious fake reality TV. It's slop. It felt very real at some points, and I did not like that, and I had to stop watching it because I did not like how it felt. It was very scary. It was very, very scary. Especially like the confession stuff, and like it was scary. It was dark-sided. There was like fucking demonic forces in that shit. It was really bad. I would rather watch like those addiction shows about people dealing with addiction than like that shit, because it's just like they're like trying to play it off as like, haha, funny reality TV, but it felt like they severed some bonds between like the fucking families. It was fucked up. So yeah, that was MILF Manor. That was that. That's the worst one, I think. Yeah, that was scary shit. I watched Naked Attraction. I used to watch that as it aired. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Naked Attraction was not that bad of a show. I thought it made sense, to be honest. I thought it was an interesting concept, and I didn't think it was terrible. That's my opinion on Naked Attraction. And I thought people were pretty, like, real. And I personally like seeing realistic bodies. I like seeing real people's bodies, everyday people's bodies, because it helps you, like, understand, you know? I feel like everybody expects everyone to be, like, airbrushed and perfect and stuff, but no, people differ so much, and that's the beauty of it, you know? So, I thought Naked Attraction was okay. I used to watch a lot of British TV because I really liked a lot of their TV shows, like the makeover shows. Yes, I remember the TV show Next. Next was so fake and so funny. But I like a lot of British TV. I wanted to watch Doctor Who, but I don't know how to get started, and I can't find, like, where to start. But I wanted to try to watch it. I've heard Doctor Who is really good. And really, like, it's got some really cool stuff to it. Just season 1? I've never watched it, so I don't know. Some of Doctor Who is lost media? Really? I really like the older Star Trek. So I wanted to watch some older stuff. I do like Supernatural. Supernatural is like a joke show though. But I think it's okay. But I really liked older Star Trek, and I like a lot of older shows actually. I used to really like The Honeymooners. I used to watch Buffy when it was on, but I never understood it because I was too young. But maybe I should watch Buffy. I've heard Buffy's good. I used to watch that Ghost Whisperer show with the girl with the big tits. I forgot her name. But yeah, she used to like see ghosts and stuff. Voyager. Oh, Angel as well. Do you remember Touched by an Angel? That was a good show. The fandom stopped me from Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I really... one of my favorite shows from way back when is Charmed. If you know Charmed. If you've ever watched it, it's perfect, like... It's perfectly goofy. I used to LARP as Charmed. I used to live action role play as I think it was... I forgot her name, with my sister and my friends. For real. And it was awesome. And I loved it. Charmed was fucking awesome. We love I am the sun, I am the air. If you've never watched it, I highly recommend this show. I love Gilmore Girls. I recommend this show. It's called Dead Like Me. It's kind of like a low budget show, but it was really good. It was a really fun watch. I used to watch it all the time. If you've ever heard of it or ever seen it, it's all about like, it's about, I think, ghosts helping people to the other side or something. I don't remember. I haven't seen it in years, but I just remember I really liked it. So it was pretty good. Pretty good. I remember Pushing Daisies as well. You know, I really liked Desperate Housewives. Shockingly, a very good like drama mystery show. I know it seems very girly, but it actually had a pretty interesting story to it. So, yeah. And also, when I was growing up watching that, it made me realize, like, when I was younger, I used to want to be a MILF so bad like them, because I don't know, I just thought they were like the most beautiful women ever. So yeah. Riverdale, I did watch Riverdale. It's funny, but it's not a good show. I tried to watch Sex in the City for the first time. That everyone is a fucking horrible person in that show. Is that what it's supposed to be about? Because I watched it and I was like, oh my god, every single person in this show is a horrible person. Like, is that what it's about? Is it? Okay. Because I've heard people be like, oh my gosh, I'm just like this girl. And it's like, why? Why do you want to be like that girl? They're all terrible. Like, what the fuck? They're all like cheating on each other. Like, they're all using each other for money and shit. Like, what the fuck? You want to be like that? But I guess, yeah, all the characters are supposed to be awful. Just like Always Sunny. That was a good one. I used to watch Ghost Whisperer. Because of her big tits. Jennifer Love Hewitt. Her big fat tits. That's why the ghost came to her. Because she had giant fat tits. Mm-hmm. That's why. That show used to scare me. But I used to watch it because I thought she was pretty, so. And I thought it was cool. It was a pretty okay show though. It was a pretty okay show. Jennifer Love Hewitt was your celebrity crush growing up? Really? I think she's beautiful. I don't know why, but like looking at women during that time, I feel like women were so much more beautiful. And I wish I can be nearly as beautiful as them. Because, I don't know, women way back when, just beautiful, just beautiful. Anna Torv from Fringe. I gotta look this up. Anna Torv. Fringe. Oh, she's pretty. She's very pretty. ちょっと待って。Ignore Ignore my keyboard. What's her name? Gillian Anderson, the most beautiful woman ever. Ever. Gillian Anderson. I will say that all the time. I wish I looked like her. She is just beautiful. I wish I looked like her so bad. And she also, like, the way she aged, like, she's hot as fuck right now. So, yeah. Jenna Tools? That name does not sound real. Jenna Tools. Jenna Tools? Jenna Ortega or Jenna Tools? Who's that? There's like a... I don't know, nothing's popping up, but she's probably pretty. Probably. I thought it was a joke about genitals. Amanda Bynes way back when was like so fucking gorgeous. She, there's a movie called like She's the Man where she had to be a boy in it. And to this day, I'm still so fucking mad that it didn't turn into like a lesbian movie. Cause it like, everything about it. So, she pretended to be her own brother. And she was like impressing this girl. And the girl was like really into her and everything. Cause like, oh my god, you know, she knows women, blah, blah, blah. And then she reveals, she's like, I was me. I wasn't my brother. My brother's like this. And the girl didn't fall for the brother. She fell for her. And even at the end of the movie, she seemed like a little disappointed, you know? And I'm pretty sure like she still wanted to go with her. And it's like, just make it into like a lesbian movie. I don't understand. Like, what? I don't know. I just don't get it. Can we remake it? To where like, what the fuck? I was mad. People are scared of gays still. They are. Now it's good for like making money. You know? I never watched any shows, just played games. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you've got so much time, and to be fair, like, I was watching experiences while you were, like, putting yourself into them like that, so, I mean, in a sense, you've lived greater, in a way. Nothing wrong with that. That's how I feel about it. I don't think you should be upset by that at all. Amanda Bynes. God, Amanda Bynes was so fucking pretty. She's going through her own stuff now, but my god, she was like gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Shows don't have a lot of staying power anymore because all of them suck. They suck. That's why. Trial and Error is worth a look. Fun comedy show. Lindsay Lohan too. Lindsay Lohan was like gorgeous as hell. There's a vocal group of people that will shout "Make a gay, make it gay." Yeah, I agree. And then they don't watch it. No, I agree with that. The only thing is, I think things should be gay if it makes sense in the context. But if it's just gay to be gay, then it's like, okay, you're pandering to me and you think I'm a stupid idiot. That's how I feel about stuff. It's like, if it makes sense in the context, then sure. But if it doesn't, you're just trying to take my money. And you think I'm a dumb fucking idiot. You think I'm stupid. It's annoying. That's how I feel about it. But yeah. One thing I'll recommend before I go is you should watch it's called what the fuck is this called? Widow's Bay. If you can, please watch Widow's Bay. If you haven't, Widow's Bay. Please watch it. It's a horror comedy. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. It's, for me, when I first started it, it was a little bit slow. It wasn't really like, I was like, this is really not that good. But as I got into it more, I was like, okay, this is really good. It's new, yeah. It's probably one of the better shows that have come out. It's very good with, like, the comedy as well as horror. So one thing, like, this isn't really an exact, like, spoiler, but there's, like, there's a legend of a woman that kills you by sitting on your face. And that's like a horror, like, the horror in it, you know? It's really good. Yeah. So I recommend it. It's really good. You'll see. You have to watch it. It's really, really good. It does well with all parts of it, and there's like a female character in it, and she's that perfect type of, like, how do I put this? She's like a very awkward, like, woman, and she does so well at her role. So you just gotta watch it. She's my favorite character. It's really good. All of the characters are really, really good, though. Yeah. She's like the lonely... Yeah, she is. She's like... I don't know. You just gotta watch it. It's really, really good. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. Thank you for talking with me about all these shows and stuff. It was fun. That's all I gotta recommend for tonight, but I hope you have a nice night. Thank you for chilling and hanging out with me, and I'll see you some other time. Good night. Bye-bye, and happy Monday. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.